Hi, and welcome. I am just jumping on because I thought I would do I just got this and I started to open it. And then Gavin was interested and I thought I should just share with you all. Sometimes I know I go live very impromptu these days. So, hi, I'm trying to these are some other things. New book. Okay. So, let's see. Hi, welcome. If you are just joining. Hi. Oh my gosh, Sheena. So I wanted to do a little unveiling. I wanted to try something new. So I did. I'm thinking of doing a little store in Zazzle for stuff. And so I'm going to yawn. Here we go. It has been a very rough time. Some of you know Jupiter has been retrograding. It's going forward, and as it goes forward, it is going to wreak a little havoc on some of us. So, because what happens, as a planet goes forward, like Jupiter, all of the things that were from the past that we kind of had opportunities with, now they're getting implemented. So it's a huge shift. You know what? I got to tell you, I don't think many people feel good right now. Part of what's happening with Jupiter, and I know I'm doing a little unboxing and I'm going to show you about these cards because I made note cards. Susan, thank you. I love you. Thank you for the super chat. And I'm going to show you these cards. I'm going to show you how to get them. They're really fun. These are, why don't I just show you this first and I'll talk about so I'm opening this up. So I had this idea because some of you know, and I know you've been following, if you've been on I'm going to talk about all this stuff. If you've been on my channel, one of the things you've noticed is when I'm not here, it's kind of like I'm dealing with some issues and I'm personal issues and I'm trying to work on them. What I wanted to do was I made a decision that when I talked about, because you guys know I've been talking about my nails quite a bit and this new thing I'm doing with Color Street, and I put a link up there for y'all. But I decided to make note cards. That's what these are. These are note cards of the Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck. And part of what I wanted to do was, and I know, aren't these cool? I'm going to talk about, hey guys, Stevie, good to see you. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show you is that I decided when someone, and I made this offer, when someone orders $100 of Color Street, which 2 people have qualified so far, when people order $100 worth of Color Street, I would take a personal note and write it to them. And I thought, write them a note about what I feel is going on in their life energetically, something personal. And then I realized I didn't want to just use any note card to do that. I wanted to pull a card that I felt was indicative of what was going on with them. And so, like I said, 2 people have ordered $100 worth of product from me, so they get a free reading. It's kind of like me sitting down energetically, paying attention to what I feel is going on, and just pulling a card. Oh, check this out. It's a note card with my Color Street logo on the back. I know, isn't it cool? I really think it's fun. So a couple people have qualified for the $100. And by the way, these nails I put on a week ago. Check this out, a week old. These are the nail strips a week old. They're completely organic. Isn't that crazy? Sean, good to see you. Okay, so I want to show you a couple of these. These are the note cards. They're actually really beautifully done. They did them in matte. I know, aren't they fun? So the idea is, and this is what I wanted to ask you guys. So I'm going to be giving these away when people order over $100. I'm going to give them a note card and with a note in it. Then if they order over $250, it's going to be a free 20-minute reading. And I am doing a special right now, sale, I think off my website on readings. So let me show you some of these. They're really beautiful. So this is what I like to say, complete transformation from where you've been to where you're going. That is the Death card, which is actually one of my favorite cards. It's also 7th chakra, universal consciousness. And here is the Two of Swords. Absolutely beautiful. It's a energetically, it's second chakra, it's emotions, it's what's going on with, thank you so much, this is exactly what's going on with a lot of people. This happens to be one of my favorite cards. This is the Six of Cups. I feel like, and by the way, sixth chakra, sixth sense, universal consciousness. And one of the things about that is it's our own intuition. I really don't think that there's anything wrong with using our intuition or supporting other people and using theirs. So these are, I think this is just absolutely stunning. So what I'm doing, and just so you guys know, I'm just kind of showing you the cards right now. Wanted to check in really quick with you and get your thoughts. Do you think like I should actually do a Zazzle store where people can buy some of this stuff? And also, I wanted to let you know, I am making a mug with you on it, Gavin. Do you want to come over here? Come here. Come here. Come say hi to everybody. So I have an artist drawing up a picture of Gavin. Come here, Gav. We mean it. Everybody wants to see you. Don't you want to see Gavin? Everybody wants to see Gavin. Oh, here's Gavin. Oh, you want to say hot sit? He wants to eat the cards. Okay, so there's Mr. Gavin. He's like, but I want to sit in my spot and you put your stuff there. Okay, you can go to your spot. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead, boo. Go ahead. Come on. No. I know. He wants to eat the cards rather than talk to you. So he's going to just go on his way. Okay. So, anyway, so what I wanted to talk to you all about is the, that, and just mention that I'm going to be doing some fun. I know he's just my big baby. It's fun demonstrations tomorrow on how to apply the nails. And I got my, one of my besties in LA is going to do this with me. So I'm really excited. And I'm going to be like, everybody who comes over to visit is going to be getting, so it's going to be like visitation day. So wanted to just, hi, Cruz Boston, good to see you. Are you going to sell sets of the note cards? That's what I was thinking, Cynthia. What do you think? I wanted to get your thoughts on that. That I would actually sell sets of the note cards, which I thought would be really pretty, and doing, the set of the chakra itself. So you would be able to get the red cards all together, which is first chakra issues. So you could literally take that set and send them out to people. So, even it's nice if you even want to send a message to somebody that's kind of like an encouraging message, like you're definitely changing your life. And that would be really fun. I'm looking at this. Like, for example, if we look at the death card and we look at the idea of transformation, of personally leaving behind who you were to step into who you are becoming and who you really are. So what I'm thinking of doing is once I get that together, I'm going to do it. I know, aren't they gorgeous? I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And you can have two sizes. I wanted to get your thoughts on size. Here is, I know this is a gorgeous card. This is the Two of Coins. Look at this beautiful card. I want to show you the detail. In the background here, there's a ship on the high seas and it's turbulent. And that's behind the door with her. But in her future is smooth sailing. Isn't that amazing? So what I did was, I know the art is so beautiful. And what I did was I made it a note card. And this, the reason it says Color Street is right now what I'm doing is I have a special, like I said, going on. If people order $100 or more from my Color Street link, if you order on that, you will get a personal note from me with one of the cards. And I will pick the card that I feel most relates to what's going on with you. So there you go. I know they're really, doesn't that seem powerful? I know that's what I was thinking too, is that it would really be nice to have the note cards even as a gift, So anyway, that's what I was thinking. What I'm going to do is probably set them up and get that going, and then I'll let you guys know when I put it up. Because one of the things that I'm noticing, especially, I talked to you all up front about being in a depression, and what that's been like for me. And I know so many of you have come back and said, oh my gosh, me too. And that really moved me, because what I think is happening right now energetically, and seriously, what if you don't do your nails? Susan, you're so funny. If you don't do your nails, then you don't do your nails. I mean, oh, I see what you're saying, to get the no card. Well, I'll probably do a special on my website around Christmas. I usually do if you buy a certain thing. But one of the things that's happening right now is I am doing, and if you type in all in uppercase, inspire me, go to my website, torihartman.com/readings, and you type in all uppercase, inspire me, you'll get 30% off of a reading. And I'll tell you what, if you want to do that, I'll mail you, I'll make sure you get a free card. How about that? So if you don't do your nails, there you go. So, but one of the things that I want to do with this, and this is what I was thinking more along the lines of, is that, I wanted to talk to you about what's going on with Jupiter direct and why so much is happening with that, and why we're all in kind of a, oh gosh, you are so sweet. Oh, no problem, Cruise Boston. I definitely make sure you email me, because I did offer her for being my fabulous mod. She's amazing. And by the way, to email me about the nails, it's suchcutenails@yahoo.com. And please make sure you email me there, because I promised you a set of nails. So she's going to get like their, what do you call them? Strips, nail strips, and they're fabulous. And I'll show you, they've lasted me for, when did I do them? I did a week ago today. So, oh, I know, Cruise Boston is amazing. She's like, you want her on your team. So, all right, so let's talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is going direct. What has happened is a lot of opportunities from the past have come back our way, right? But what's happening with Jupiter going direct is that it's kind of forcing us, right, into new awarenesses, taking action that we haven't before. And one of the things that's really wonderful, by the way, it's a very tough time. I'm not going to make this, I'm not going to be like, I don't want to minimize this, okay? So when Jupiter goes direct like this, what happens with all of us is it kind of is like, in the past, all of the things that were not taken care of in the past, Jupiter, when it goes retrograde, tells us, you better fix this. You better pay attention to this. So a lot of the things you've seen all summer have been things in our world that have not been taken care of. So things that were ignored in the past, issues that we just kind of went, oh, that's not really happening. All of those came to the forefront. So one of the things that's happening with Jupiter going direct is a lot of people, and I know myself, if true, tell me if you think this is true. If we didn't pay attention to something, it's hitting us like a ton of bricks. Like I know for me, I wasn't dealing with my depression. It hit me with a ton of bricks. I went to see my doctor, and she is sending me to a specialist. So it's really a very, and I'm going to share, and somebody was like, what, you're not going to tell us? I'm going to share more, one of the things that we have to be careful of, you guys, on YouTube is we can't say everything we think. We can't speak the truth to each other at the level I'd like to in many ways, because it's really, because YouTube immediately, the minute I talked about depression, it was like, demonetized that video, took away, like all of a sudden it's like, okay, you can have some guy like doing a commercial on soap on a rope, but that's about it, So they demonetize it, they take it away, because everyone's afraid now of being politically incorrect, speaking, saying something that could offend somebody. And the truth is, these are the issues we've had, is that we haven't come out and said to people, hey, I'm down. Yes, Suze, We are going through this. If you have not faced it, girl, I'm telling you, and Sean, girl and Sean, and Cooper, if you have not faced what's gone on with you, you're gonna get it. I'm telling you. I say this to you guys in the most love because I got it, okay? Meaning my own depression, I wasn't so aware of it until all of a sudden, we started dealing with it. And all of a sudden I'm looking at it and going, oh my gosh, like as I've charted things for my doctor and my practitioner and the people I'm working with, all of a sudden I'm realizing how many years I've lived with this and I didn't know. So one of the beautiful things about Jupiter retrograde and now going direct is it's like a big, one of those big things that just pulls dirt up, right? It's just digging and pulling stuff up. So we are getting to see what has gone on with us in the past. And it's digging up old ideas. It's digging up painful memories. It's digging up anything that is, I'm going to say this to you because this really resonates right now. And Jupiter goes in 12-year cycles. So about 24 years ago, that's right, I was alive then, and legal. 24 years ago, I went to a, oh God, what was her name? But I know the name of her book, doesn't matter. I went to a conference and this book was about, it was called, well, who cares? Here's the point of the book. She made the point in the book about love brings up anything unlike itself. So what that tells us is that anything that is true and loving is going to bring up its opposition. So I want you to really notice in the sense, and here's a scientific way of putting it, you can't have a North Pole without a South Pole. So if somebody is speaking hate, the person who they are speaking to is probably speaking through a place of love. So it's very interesting what's going on because one of the things that you have to notice, no, it's not Louise Hay, believe it or not, it was not Louise Hay. Gosh, what was her name? And it'll come to me at like 3 a.m. I can't think of it, right? Okay, so the point is, I love you, Crazy Connie. What a great thing. Okay, so the thing about You Can Heal Your Life, Louise Hay wrote that when she was 50. She had overcome cancer. She literally became cancer-free for the next how many years. She also founded Hay House, I think when she was 50 or 60, forgive me. But one of the things that whole life brought us awareness around, okay, what her awareness brought us is that we can reinvent and change our life at any time. Now, one of the things that I want to say about love brings up anything unlike itself, one of the things I can notice in myself is that, we know that depression, right? Depression is depressed or suppressed energy because we're pushing it down. So depressed energy is really suppressing my own anger, my own upset. It's anger turned inward. It's me not processing certain things in my life. And a lot of times what it is, you guys, and I've got to be honest with you and say, I think for me, it's about wasted time. It's about feeling that energy in my life. And I work with people all the time around this. And I would rather work with somebody that is aware of their stuff and working with it and can share with me their experience than someone who's never experienced anybody and is just spewing advice, okay? So for me, I think, it's a book. It is a book. And it is called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. She has a really interesting, dictionary in it about what certain things mean energetically, like if you have a hurt elbow or certain things. And she had affirmations with it. Now, one of the things I think we've discovered since then is that you can't convince yourself to get rid of an issue unless you are willing to really experience why you created it. Think about that for a minute. You know, that's like saying, but you're blaming the victim. No, I'm not blaming the victim. It's not like that. It's not about, it's more about saying that we create circumstances, right? We create circumstances in our life that create certain experiences. So to give you an example, and you know what, Holly, Google that, because if you Google, you can heal your life, and you can even Google Louise Hay meaning of, and type in sore shoulder, type in headache, whatever it is, and it'll come up for you. So, well, I think that's a thing. There is a payoff or you wouldn't do it. Truth bombs. Oh gosh. One of the things I want to ask you guys too. Okay, so the first thing is, do you love the note cards, right? Because I'm thinking, should I offer the smaller size or the larger size? This is like a 3x5. You know, this is like a 4x6. This is a 5x7. So just kind of getting 21. And what I did for these, because these are free, so they're only promotional for my Color Street thing. So when you order $100 from me, you get the free note card and a note from me about what I see energetically going on around you. And somebody asked me about like the small ones. Okay, smaller one, good. Both. Ooh, Cynthia. 3x6 is good. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think it's 4x6, but still the smaller one. I like the smaller one because it just has a really sweet energy to it. I think what I can do is make the larger ones available, but single-sided, so that you can take it and frame it if you want. So I'll make the small ones available for note cards, and the bigger one will be like, if somebody wants to take it and frame it, you can, because it'll be a 5x7. Okay, good idea. Now I want to talk about the Truth Bumps mugs that I'm having made up. I'm also having a mug drawn for you guys. It is like hand drawn. This woman is doing such an incredible job, and it's Gavin. It's a picture of Gavin at the window, and it's so sweet. So I'm really excited because a lot of people said, I want a mug of Gavin. So you like the smaller ones for framing. Okay, cool, got it. So, because I'll look back at this a little later too, you guys. And then the other thing I wanted to ask you about is, and I thought it was so funny, I have a picture of different pictures of a goose. I'm going to put it up on my, where it's the community tab on my, my channel. And I'm going to put some pictures up, but it's a picture of a goose, and he's saying, I have truth bumps, or that's giving me truth bumps. So I'm going to put up a couple different pictures on there to see which one you're kind of vibing with, and give you a couple tags that I wrote and see what you think in terms of making some fun mugs. So I didn't, because I have the ones on there that are just sayings, but I really wanted to do some fun stuff and creative and things like that. So that said, let's get back to Jupiter. Let's get back to what's going on with us energetically. If you have had depression, if you have had medical issues, if you've had things going on with you, what will happen is, as Jupiter is coming back, it's going direct. Actually, it started going direct on the 11th. But a lot of times what happens, y'all, is that we talk about it in terms of, you know, retrograde motion is really something that I don't feel it's a negative. I feel it's an opportunity for things to be really reviewed and looked at. So for me, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, setting up, you know, proper payment plans for my dentist and things like that. Like things like, oh gosh, I haven't taken care of this. So anything that you have not taken care of is coming back at you. That means health. Like for me, the thing about dealing with, you know, gosh, I've had this depression going on for so long that I really need to deal with it. So I just wanted to say that to y'all, that I think one of the big things that we're looking at right now in terms of Jupiter, in terms of all these planets going direct, is it is an opportunity. Now you have the opportunity to see things when Jupiter was retrograde. Some of us just dug our head under the ground and we didn't look at things, right? So what's happening now is that because we did that, some of us, it comes back like tenfold. And one of the things you might notice, and I want to give you all a little exercise to do that might help you. How many of you are experiencing some kind of ennui, and it feels like a boredom, but it's not. It's like an unsettled restlessness. It's like why am I so sad? Why am I so sad? How many of you are, oh, Suze, aren't they great? Oh my God, I know they're the best. How many of you are feeling a little bit out of sorts, a little bit down, tired? That's true. And I think what's happening is, okay, so I'm going to give you a little exercise to play with. And this is something I do in my new book. I'm working with a lot. This book is coming out it's called Chakra's Start Here Guide. It's fabulous. I'm going to be doing a video on that. I'll be doing some of the exercises from that book with you all so you can get a sense of what it is. One of the first ones I'm going to ask you to do now is I'm going to ask you to breathe and drop your shoulders. And if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling unsettled, I'm going to invite you right now to soften your focus. When you're kind of in a soft stare. And just breathe and bring down some white light from the heavens, God energy. Just soothe yourself for this minute. Soft focus, allowing yourself to be in the Holy Spirit. Just allowing yourself to be in this space. Just observe your sadness. And I'm going to invite you to, if you can, take a pen and a piece of paper and take a minute to go get it if you need to or what have you. And what I'm going to invite you to do is just energetically, I'm going to ask you to write down, if you knew why you were sad, if you knew what was disturbing you, what would it be? What would it be? And here's a technique I'm going to give you, all right? For those of you that can't come up with anything, anybody like that? Anybody like, I'm a blank, I don't know. The way I'm going to invite you to do that, okay. The way I'm going to invite you to work with this is I'm going to invite you to step into that white light. And I want you to imagine that your teenage child, okay? And if you have a teenager, great. If you don't, imagine that you did. Good, Connie. I'm going to invite you to ask yourself, if he or she felt sad, this exact sadness, what would it be about? Good, yeah, you had it quickly, I did too. Okay, so one of the things, thank you. Well, there we go, of course. Okay, so one of the things, and you said this, I can't see your name, so I'm gonna put this on. Lisa-Latte. Oh, is that like one? It sounds nice. Okay, got it. All right, I'm going to share something with you. Our sadness is always about ourselves. Even if you think it's about someone else, it's about you. And the reason I'm saying this is because true sadness about someone else comes because we feel we can't do anything. We feel sad because we're powerless and we just can't help that person. But we're not really that powerless. What we really can do is pray. And I want to say this, sometimes when you can't be with people, you can send them wonderful energy, wonderful light. And if you can be with them, go have fun. Now, I'm going to talk about this because I want to share with you, neglect was a good one. That's a great one. So the sadness over neglect. One of the things I want to say is that my sadness came up for me because I recognized I wasn't getting to do what I loved. I love to write. I love to create. I love to share ideas. And I wasn't doing that. And one of the next best things for me, and this is why I loved this when I started exploring this with all of you, was I can't tell you how many emails I get, believe it or not, from people on my support desk that Elizabeth tells me about, that people go, oh my gosh, what nail color does she have on? And I started laughing. Like, people were like, I need to have that nail color. It looks gorgeous. You know, this is over the last 6 months. And so when I discovered these strips, I was like, oh my gosh, these are great. And then I went, oh, this is easy and fun. So, so what I wanted to tell you, I know you ordered the same one, Dawn. You've got to put it on. I think you got Lisbon, which is even cuter. All right. So one thing I want to say about this is that I got so excited about it because it was creative. And here's something I know this doesn't seem like it's related. Please bear with me. I want you to drop into your intuition and not try to figure out what I'm saying. Just breathe. Here's what I'm trying to communicate intuitively with you. Because I wasn't writing, I wanted to do something creative that I love. And I love my nails. So I love doing nails. And so this was creative, and it was filling the spot so that I could mask my own depression and not write. Check that out. So I could do all this other creativity except exactly what I am doing, what I want to do. So what Jupiter did for me, I'm going to talk about the neglect in a second because that's a good one. So what Jupiter did for me in the retrograde and now in the going direct is that it made me recognize that I still love this. Like, this is an aspect of me. I love doing my nails. I love coming up with ideas. I love doing that sort of stuff. But what it made me also realize is that when I went under the sadness and went under the depression, it was that deeply I was afraid of being honest and speaking my truth. And my writing does that. My writing, my communicating with you guys, all of that is, you know, because I do have those, you know, let's face it, when you have depression, you're like vulnerable, right? But one of the things I recognized is that I needed to go deeper, you know, yeah, exactly, Cruise Boston. But, you know, replacing something is not necessarily bad. It means that I enjoy this. Here's where it becomes a problem. When I am when I'm using this to not do my writing. And I'm not doing that anymore because I've been working with my doctor, and we found some solutions, and I'm very excited about working with this. Now, am I completely erasing my sadness? Not yet, okay? But what I want to say to you, Lisa-Lette, I want to say this to you. You know, remember something. Guilt means that something we did is bad. Shame means we are bad, right? So one of the things, and people always go, oh, give up guilt. And I'm like, oh yeah, just give up guilt. What kind of crap is that? You know, I love that when people go, I just want to get over it. And it's like, not so much. Here's what I want to say to you. The only way to really move forward in where you are and what's going on in your life is to admit what the sadness is related to, what the grief is related to, what the neglect is. So, and forgive me, Lisa-Lette, because I'm probably saying your name all sorts of wrong, but here's what I'm going to say. Let's look at neglect for a minute. And I'm just going to breathe down some white light. And when I feel into the word neglect brings forward to me not only personal neglect, but I'm neglecting something that I know is important to me. And I'm neglecting something that's important to me because, here's the thing, here's the because, right? I experienced neglect, and the only way I can make that experience go away is to neglect something important to me till someone else sees it, fixes it. I can feel that, and then I won't feel it anymore. Oh my gosh, did you get that? Sounds impossible, right? That sounds so crazy when I say it. It's almost like, why would a person who almost drowned but barely made it out on their own. No one came to save them. Then jump in the water and try to drown. Why would someone do that? Well, because they were never saved. So they want someone else to come and save them. And don't take this as a mean thing. It's not. Because it's a very real situation. It's a very real energetic that we play out again and again. And often that's how we get into relationships that are unpleasant and make us feel ill, you know. So what I want to say to all of you about this, which I think is super, super important, is that it's fun to have distractions. It's fun. You know, I got into the nail thing because I love it. And I'm selling them because I love it. And I had two people, one was in Canada, one was in Australia, and they don't sell in other countries yet. They're going to do Canada next year. But it's super easy because I have someone that works with me, and I just like, you know, I was like, oh, send me your order. They sent me the order. I ordered it. I mailed it, you know. So what I want to say to you about this is that I'm enjoying it because I like creative stuff. That's why I said to you, you know, I love the idea of creating note cards. So I'm curious also, what else I want to say to you? Oh, let me know what else you would like to see these cards on, other than the deck itself. And then I think what I'm going to do, tomorrow is Chick Chat. Tomorrow's going to be really about, I'm going to show some of the new nails. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I really don't want to take these off because I love them so much. But I want, jewelry. I want to really acknowledge Black Rose 11 and thank you so much for all of your service. I know you have a service member in your family, and Oklahoma. Oh, Tulsa. You know, Gavin is from Oklahoma. Gavin's an Okie. He is totally an Okie. Gavin, he's like so happy with his greenie right now. He doesn't want to come over. He's like, no, don't call me again. Okay. So coasters. Ooh, that's cool. Man, this is one big Oklahoma. Yeah, I think one of the things you do want to do sometimes with these videos is you want to rewatch, because if I've said something, you're like, what? So I'm going to share with you the way that energy works, just so you get it. And it's really funny because I worked with a client a couple weeks ago because I have my reading sale on right now. Yeah, he's having a greenie. He's just like, he found it. I hit it in a ball and he was like playing with it. Okay, so Gavin's hometown, where's he from? His breeder is in, I want to say, forgive me. I want to say it was Tulsa that I was in. It has such a cute downtown. I was literally thinking of moving there. I loved the downtown. Oh gosh, I get you, Corin. I'll see you in a bit. Don't worry about that. Okay, let me just see. Journals, that's cool too. So speaking of which, let me tell you about my new book. I'm going to show this to you because this is the advanced copy. It hasn't come out yet. It's on Amazon right now, so you actually can get it. If you type in my name on Amazon, if you don't know my name, and there are too many people in Tulsa. I don't agree. I think it's a cool little town. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a little excerpt, and I love pulling books out and just reading a little section. By the way, if you think of it, give it a thumbs up today, and give this video a thumbs up if you like what I'm saying. All right, here's what I said. Okay, it says looking ahead, and I just opened it to the 5th chakra, which is blue, which I don't have a blue card here. Okay, whatever, it's good. One of the things that happens in this book, in each of the chapters, I talk about looking ahead to the next chakra and how they are connected energetically in our life. So looking ahead, as the 5th chakra reveals our true manifesting capacity, that's your throat, how you communicate. In the 6th chakra, the eye, third eye, we will get to see what is incomplete with our family of origin. That's why I pulled so many 6 chakra cards for these cards, because I want to talk about completion with people, because we are completing summer, and I love fall though. We are going into fall. The 6th chakra creates and holds hidden family agreements, our 6th sense and the window of our past, and also that of our future. Completed hidden agreements can play out over and over again if we don't know they're finished. So sometimes what happens is we keep trying to heal something, but it's no longer an issue. I'm going to give you an exact example. When I quit smoking, right, for weeks and weeks and weeks after, and I was 25 when I quit, I would be like this, so Chris Boston, tell me what's going on. And you'd be like, Tori, are you smoking? No, I quit. What are you talking about? Well, I hear you, And then if I was in public with people, I'd be like, So anyway, and they'd be like, Tori, you're holding a cigarette when you're talking. I'm like, no, I'm not. Crazy. Anyway, so let me finish the story. And people be like, Tori, what are you doing? Meanwhile, when somebody held up a mirror and I went, and I saw that I was ghosting. I no longer smoked, but I was still doing the habit. So what happens sometimes is you are further along and you have healed more of your issues than you think you have. So sometimes, and this is the work I like to do, sometimes when we do this kind of work and we look at, hey, wait a minute, this isn't my issue, this, and I'm going to use neglect as an example. Wait a minute, this was somebody else's issue and I'm taking it on. And I'm not saying it is for you, but I'm using just that word. But one of the things I want to say about that is when you recognize that I did quit that, I don't smoke anymore, but you're carrying on the behavior as if you do. That's why we pick people. I picked a very abusive partner at one point, and I was like, I remember watching it like I was watching kabuki theater. It wasn't like related to me. And I went, I've got to leave this, because I no longer was needing to repeat a pattern because the pattern was complete. So this is a very important part of when I talk about the chakra work here. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm glad you said that, Black Rose, you're a cutie pie. And one of the things you're going to get if you purchase $100 worth of Color Street, which they have a deal where it's buy 3, get 1 free. It's so good. And you get a note card from me. I'm going to pick one of the note cards from you, one of the cards, and I will write a personal note about energetically what I see going on with you. So that is free with the purchase of $100 on Color Street. I will also be doing other specials. Right now, there's a special on my website for readings next week. I have opened up some time because I got to pay some vet bills down. Actually, that's the truth. And because I had some pretty steep vet bills for Owen, and he's worth every penny. So I am going to be doing readings. If you go to torihartman.com/readings and you type in the promo section, inspire me, all caps, you'll get 30% off on my readings next week. So there you go. Anyway, go, Suze. I'm going to go to, I have done that too. What did you do, Stevie 33? Let's see. I get it. So I moved to James. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. So I'm going to jet, but I am going to say to all of you, I just wanted to drop in real quick. I'm trying to get a hold of another friend of mine who's an astrologer, and we're going to talk about all the stuff that's going on in the wacky world and relationship. Hello. Somebody said this to me, and I think this is really true. They said, oh, you're supposed to be psychic. How come you didn't know? How did you get into a bad relationship? I'm like, well, let me tell you something. Just because it's like being a masseuse, right? I'm not going to be able to give myself a massage. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to be able to see what's going on with me energetically unless I have a professional I'm talking to. Let's see. It was like, what the F am I doing here? That's it. It's like, what's the future? WTF, what's the future in this, right? Yeah, what's the future? Nothing. So I'm out. But what it did teach me, and it's very interesting, I was fine when I left it. I was more afraid of the person's violence toward me and threats. And what was interesting is thinking of how I lived under that fear for so long as a child. And that's what I was working through, is that I didn't want to live in fear anymore. I didn't want to do any of that. So anyway, so I am going to send you guys lots of love. Please remember, say what you mean what you say, but don't say it mean, and be kind to each other. I'm going to be doing much, much more, by the way, on my Patreon, because I just figured out I can do lives there, and I'll be doing a lot more over there. I think that's a little bit more like, rah, you know, than I can do on YouTube. Much love, everyone. Have a very blessed day. I will talk at you mañana, because I am going to do something on nails with some friends of mine. Okay, talk to you later. Have a great day.